Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson and welcome to my channel. It is June 29th of 2024, 8:13 a.m. Sunshine, blue skies here in Chicago. We pray we always have a beautiful day in the Lord. You are viewing Dr. Michael Salla, scholar in international politics and conflict resolution. He was interviewed by Redacted yesterday. Yesterday I caught up on this and I wanted to review it because the question is being asked about a possible UFO invasion. Now, I've covered this story before, but I want to look at it from two angles. Number one, the UFO invasion. They're saying one thing, yet I've been showing you videos like other content creators have been showing you about the Middle East in conjunction with Russia bringing ships in Cuba. Also, they're going to Venezuela. And now America, I did a video a few days ago, how America is making their move with ships as well. The USS Theodore Roosevelt. So I want to hit both those areas today. I want to start with at the 150 mark. I want you to listen to what this gentleman has to say in relation to the possibility of prepping the United States for a UFO invasion. At the same time, I want you to think about what's going on in the Middle East. At the end of the day, is there a tie-in? Because it was discussed and the House did pass a measure about the military draft.
Movement inside the United States government.
Definitely, yes. I think that there has been a concerted shaping operation, if you like, in terms of an information warfare where the general public has been prepared and conditioned for the idea of hostile UFOs and invading aliens. And I think that is very deliberate, that you can go back several decades to the 1990s when the first researchers began to report about the planning for a false flag alien invasion, that was something that was in the planning books for some future time. And I think now we are at that point where such a false flag alien event would be where you would need so many or hundreds of thousands or even millions of conscripted Americans fighting against some foe that has been wholly contrived by the deep state to direct American attention in the direction that they want it to go.
So basically, create a false flag and in relation to that, have a military draft. This is what I'm getting from this interview. And you tie it in because you see again the movement of America and Russia at the same time. And you see how Russia's cozying up to China, and the international stage is being set. And then the UFO false flag. I mean, this is a lot to take in. Check this out.
Species that are here and have bases here. There's one species that looks something like a praying mantis. And then the short grays are the ones that you see in the cartoons. The tall grays look much different. They look more like humans. The Nordic blondes, for example, are so similar to humans that they can walk down the street and not be detected. There had, in fact, been face-to-face meetings between United States officials and extraterrestrials from other star systems. I decided to go public and say, for the first time, of anyone of cabinet rank from the G8 group of countries, that UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over your head, and started back engineering and spending a lot of money on it soon after the crashes that have reports of several.
So I'm going to definitely leave this in the link. Aliens do exist. UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over your head. And the site is OSAGYEFO, and that's on TikTok. Look, you can take it the way you want to take it. Is this propaganda? Why is this getting out right about now? And is there a double effort? And the bottom line, have a draft. This is what I'm asking this morning.
About this, the House passed a defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for the draft. Automatically, folks, automatically. Let's talk about what this bill entails here. The House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday automatically registering men aged 18 to 26 for selective service. It was part of the annual National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA, which sets out the U.S. government's military and national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's NDAA authorizes $895 billion in military spending, a $9 billion increase from fiscal year 2024. While it hasn't been invoked in over a half a century, I think the last draft was during the Vietnam War, it's mandatory for all male U.S. citizens. This is very...
So yeah, for all military citizens. Okay, so that's the House so far. I did this a few weeks ago. But again, the reason why I'm doing it. And let me show you, when I did my research in relation to the 5 C's, this is and will be Donald Trump's war. But the orchestration, according to the numbers of the 5 C's, allegedly, Barack Obama is orchestrating this thing. Because this is in relation to the NDAA. It's deep. Now, let me go from here. Let's just look at the numbers. Believe it or not, this is when the bill was signed by the House on Donald Trump's birthday, June 14th of 2024. Isn't that amazing? If you look at the Israeli war when it started overseas, that was October 7th of 2023. The difference between that is 36 weeks, include the end date. The mark of the beast, 36 is 666. Is that an accident? Is that coincidence? Then look at Donald Trump's birthday again, the day that this House passed this piece of legislation. Because it's going to take the Senate to do it also, then sign off by the president to get it done. It's a step-by-step process. Take this date versus Barack Obama's birthday that just finished off. The difference is 45 weeks. Who's the 45th president? That was Trump. Like I said, this is going to be Trump's and Obama's war. These two heads that are put in front of us between Joe Biden and Trump, like I said before, they're two wings of the same bird. One was sent to destroy and deceive. The other one is sent to give you a strong delusion. But I would tell you this, it's easier to take this medicine through Trump as it is through Biden. because Trump is that spirit where you're patriotic and fighting for the country. Do you understand my logic? The power's got a plan. Now, if you take, again, Trump's birthday, the day today, passed the first House bill, versus 12/8 of 2023 when the movie Leave the World Behind came out, where Barack Obama consulted in that movie. The difference is 6 months and 6 days, 6/6. Is that coincidence? And look at this. On May 14th, 1948, that's when Israel became a nation. May 14th. If you take May 14th of 2024, subtract it from, I'm sorry, here it is here. May 14th of 2024, that's when Israel became a nation. On May 14th, just bring it up to 2024, minus Trump's birthday of 6/14, the day they passed this House bill, the difference is 4 weeks and 4 days. I don't have to shout, but hey, come on, man. People, I think it's obvious. It blew my mind. I was just gonna get some information on UFOs, and I saw a connection between both. Looks like they're gonna get the draft done. Probably once Trump is in office, the thing will escalate overseas or whatever, and then they'll start recruiting kids, including women, from what I understand. You see how they do it in sections. So now they let the House do it, then they'll do it with the Senate. Next will be signed by Trump. That seems like the way this is going. Tell me if you thought this thing through. But the bottom line is 4 weeks and 4 days. Who's the 44th president? Barack Obama. Now look at this. On May 18th of 1917, that's when Congress first passed the Selective Service Act. Making it mandatory. You got to sign up for the draft. May 18th, 1917. If you take May 18th of 2024, bring it up a little bit, subtract it from Donald Trump's birthday, the day that they just passed the House, the difference is 3 weeks and 6 days. Come on, man. Mark of the beast. Do you all see what's happening? I didn't do this like this a week and a half ago, but again, my mind went another direction. I think the numbers are speaking. They're going to have this draft at some point. Now check this out. The U.S. military draft ended on January 27th of 1973. However, look at it like this. The Vietnamese finally quit in Vietnam on April 30th of 1975. They basically surrendered. All right, April 30th, 1975. If you take April 30th of 2024, which is the anniversary of that surrender, versus Trump's birthday, 6/14 of 2024, you get 6 weeks and 3 days. This is unquestionably so. Look, the numbers are speaking that all this is a plan in relation to history. God has Satan speak. He got him on a leash. He got parameters and boundaries. He has to speak. He has to speak. It's my gift to help decode what's going down. Have you had the impression that that's what we're going? Like I said, you got the ships going in Cuba, Venezuela, and our planes and our USS Theodore Roosevelt just went into another area. I can't forget, just did the video the other day. But yeah, we're making moves. Yeah, I think we went to South Taiwan, what it is, South or Korea. Anyway, we did something the other day, the USS Theodore. Let's see here, let's look this up. The USS Theodore Roosevelt went where? Okay, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, here it is here. Can't find it. It was in June. Let's put it in Taiwan. We went somewhere. Okay, there it is. U.S. Navy conducts unplanned exercises with Taiwan. And that was June 6, people. 6/6. Well, this article is from 6/6. I forgot what day, but I just did a video on it a few days ago. All this is going on. So again, April 30th is when the Viet Cong quit. April 30th to 6/14, difference is 6/3. Now look at this. The bill that was just passed, the bill was passed back in the day with the NDAA, okay? Barack Obama signed it December 31st, but the House signed it on the 14th, and it passed the Senate on December 15th, 2011. Watch this here. December 15th, the anniversary is coming up, 2024. Subtract that from the day that they just signed this bill with the House, 6/14. The difference is 6 months and 2 days. Why is that important? Barack Obama is 62 years old. At some point, you can't keep having all these coincidences. Something's going on. We got a UFO thing allegedly being planned, according to this guy, false flag. At the same time, we have movement by the superpowers. Tell me, what do you think? These are the last days. The Bible doesn't give you word for word how it's going to be conscripted, but yet you got to use your common sense. You see the movement. What are you going to do? What are we going to do? I do believe before a World War #3 happens, Jesus has got to come. He's got to come. These behind the scenes people, they want to wipe out X amount of the population because they want to control. That's what it's about. They want to control. It's easier to manage less people than it is a whole lot. Well, we got 7 billion on the planet, whatever, 8 billion. Man, just like I said, I stumbled upon this morning with the numbers. What do you think? Have you heard anything from your sons and daughters? Have they been getting draft papers? Have you heard anything from these different congressmen and senators? What's really going on? It really makes you wonder more and more why they had the Julian Assange thing this past week. The imagery of Biden, were these used in part by as distraction? I would argue and say yes, because the whole presidential thing is a joke. So in a sense, they're using it as a smokescreen, as they're really doing this, is what I'm saying. They're prepping for this. This guy's false, Trump is false, but yet the orchestration is a sleight of hand. And this is where we're at, people. Put in the comment section, let me know what you think. Do you think that, even though, like I said, we got to run through this presidential cycle, but the bottom line is that it's really an exercise. It's really an exercise because they have a plan. They have a plan on so many levels. But yeah, do you think this UFO thing is real? Could they possibly pull both off at the same time? Because again, according to this man, they're going to do a false flag UFO thing. And to recruit now gets us ready in case there is a UFO invasion. Look, what a sinister plot. You gotta check out this video by Redacted. They're planning a fake alien invasion as the ultimate false flag. I am Friend Shot Pierce. If you enjoyed the work, please subscribe, thumbs up. God bless. And remember, Jesus Christ is the way. He is the truth. He is the life. He is the light. He gave his life for you and me. All these last day biblical prophecy things, they have to unfold. we are the generation which is going to put the finishing touches on mankind. So let your light so shine. We're going to have to go by faith. We still get involved in the political process. And remember, put salvation on the ballot. For God so loved the world, John 3:16, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whomsoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, I would go so far as to say, now that I'm thinking about it, is that not only are they preparing a false flag, of course they gotta have some type of deceptive method to justify when the rapture happens. And I wouldn't be surprised if certain recruits are planning for a invasion, so to speak, that when Christ does come in the clouds, they could be shooting at him. I'm just keeping it real. And the world, or America, is setting it up so that you think that it's an invasion, but really it's Christ's return. Look, it's crazy. You got to consider that. A war in the heaven as we're being lifted up. What do you think? Is that possible? And also the other war in that, because again, they have to have an excuse as to why we got millions of people missing, which is the rapture of the church. But even at the end, you're conditioning these recruits for another invasion, which is really, we go on attack. We go on attack mode on the earth collectively, and we get ready to fight them again. But it's really not UFOs. It's these are fallen angels, but yet clearly the fallen angels are going to get the recruits to fight God, who now the impression is that God's angels are UFOs. You follow me? So it's like a double thing. False flag, UFOs, but they're really demons, fallen angels. Now we go for round two. You think it's the same people, but this time they're going directly after God. That's what I think the plan is. I'm speculating, but put in the comment section. The bottom line is that this gentleman's been doing research for decades. Do you know about him? Have you heard about him? God bless.